Toyota's rugged, wagon-shaped EV returns for 2027 largely unchanged after its 2026 debut. Built on the BZ platform and twinned with the Subaru Trailseeker, the Woodland blends outdoorsy styling with dual-motor power. Here's where it earns its keep, and where it falls short. The BZ Woodland's standout feature is its standard dual-motor all-wheel drive setup, producing 375 horsepower and 396 pound-feet of torque. That's a meaningful step up from the base BZ SUV, and it gives the Woodland enough grunt to feel confident merging onto highways or hauling a full cabin of passengers and gear. While Toyota isn't chasing Tesla Plaid or Porsche Taycan levels of straight-line thrill, the powertrain delivers smooth, easy-going acceleration that suits the vehicle's adventure wagon mission, rather than trying to be something it's not. Instant torque delivery also makes the Woodland feel quicker off the line than its horsepower figure alone might suggest, which is especially useful when merging with a loaded roof rack or a trailer hitched behind. At 8.4 inches of ground clearance and with an optional all-terrain tire package at no extra cost, the Woodland offers more off-pavement confidence than most electric crossovers in its class. Testers who've taken it on light trail routes report it handles rutted and uneven terrain without drama. Critically, this capability doesn't come at the expense of on-road manners. The Woodland's wagon-like stance keeps body roll in check on twisty pavement, so buyers aren't forced to choose between a comfortable daily driver and a vehicle that can handle a dirt road to a trailhead. That dual identity is increasingly rare in the EV market, where many adventure trims amount to little more than badges and roof rails, rather than genuine engineering changes. Toyota rates the Woodland at up to 281 miles of range on its standard all-season tires, dropping modestly to 260 miles with the all-terrain rubber-equipped. That's a competitive figure in the three-row adjacent electric SUV space, and the fact that buyers can choose their tire setup based on priorities, maximum range versus maximum trail capability, is a nice bit of flexibility that many rivals don't offer. The 74.7 kilowatt-hour battery pack charges predictably and integrates with Toyota's broader BZ charging infrastructure and app ecosystem. And the regenerative braking system lets drivers dial in how aggressively the car recaptures energy, which is a small but appreciated touch for anyone trying to squeeze extra miles out of a charge on a long trip. Standard equipment on the Woodland punches above its price point. Buyers get a 14-inch touchscreen, a 7-inch digital instrument cluster, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, 4 USB-C ports, dual wireless charging pads, and heated seats front and rear, along with a heated steering wheel. Stepping up to the premium trim adds ventilated front seats, a panoramic glass roof, a digital rearview mirror, and a 9-speaker JBL sound system. For a vehicle pitched as an outdoor adventure companion, the interior tech and comfort features feel genuinely premium rather than checkbox additions, and the layout still leaves room for physical buttons controlling climate and volume. A small but welcome concession to usability that not every touchscreen-heavy EV rival bothers to make. Compared with the standard BZ SUV, the Woodland is 5.6 inches longer overall, with nearly all of that added length going toward extra cargo room behind the rear wheels. Car and Driver noted the Woodland's taller roofline also delivers an additional 1.3 inches of rear headroom and roughly 6 more cubic feet of trunk space than the standard BZ. For families or gear-heavy road trippers, that extra room is a genuine practical advantage, not just a styling exercise with flared fenders and roof rails. The functional roof rails also add real utility for kayaks, cargo boxes, or bike racks, letting owners expand storage further without eating into interior space. A detail that matters for buyers who actually use the adventure branding rather than simply appreciating the look of it. While 281 miles is respectable, several rivals in the electric SUV segment, including the Hyundai Ioniq 9 and certain configurations of the Kia EV9, offer longer maximum range figures. Buyers who prioritize going the extra mile on a single charge, especially those who plan to tow or frequently opt for the grippier all-terrain tires, will find the Woodland's real-world range trails some of the competition once those all-terrain tires or cold weather come into play. That gap can matter on longer highway hauls, where EPA-style ratings tend to be optimistic, and the Woodland's boxier, wagon-influenced shape doesn't help aerodynamic efficiency compared with sleeker crossover competitors. Testers have flagged an awkward driving position as a real drawback. Because the battery pack raises the cabin floor, the Woodland can make it difficult to find a steering wheel position that's both comfortable and allows a clear view of the digital instrument cluster mounted low near the windshield base. It's a quirk shared with other vehicles on the BZ architecture, but it's a persistent annoyance that a wagon aimed at long road trips shouldn't have to carry into its third model year. Taller drivers in particular have reported the compromise is hard to fully dial out, no matter how the seat and wheel are adjusted, which undercuts an otherwise comfortable cabin. The Woodland's 375 horsepower sounds strong on paper, but in practice, reviewers note the acceleration feel is more competent than exciting. Steering has been described as numb, if precise, and the driving experience overall favors easygoing utility over any real sense of engagement. Buyers cross-shopping performance-oriented EVs, or even some of the punchier trims from rivals like the Chevrolet Blazer EV, may come away wanting more dynamic feedback from behind the wheel. The Woodland is, by design, tuned for comfort and quiet cruising rather than backroad engagement, which is a reasonable trade-off for its target buyer, but worth knowing going in. With the 2026 model starting north of $46,000 before options, and premium trims pushing toward $49,000, the Woodland sits at a price point that invites close scrutiny, especially since the 2027 model year is expected to arrive with no significant mechanical or technological changes. Buyers paying model year fresh money are essentially getting a nearly identical vehicle to the one that debuted a year earlier, which may frustrate shoppers hoping for meaningful year-over-year improvement. It also means early adopters of the 2026 truck lose little by having bought a year sooner, which is a point worth raising for anyone timing their purchase around a new and improved model year that in this case largely isn't. The electric SUV segment the Woodland competes in is unusually crowded and evolving quickly, with the Honda Prologue, Chevrolet Blazer EV, Kia EV9, Hyundai Ioniq 9, and its own Subaru Trailseeker twin, all vying for the same buyers. Several of these competitors offer either more interior space, more aggressive pricing, or longer range, which means the Woodland's outdoorsy styling and off-road light capability need to resonate strongly with a buyer's specific priorities. It isn't a clear-cut winner across the board. Shoppers who don't specifically want the rugged aesthetic and light trail capability may find better value elsewhere in the segment, particularly among rivals offering 3 rows of seating or noticeably lower starting prices for comparable range. Toyota's brand loyalty and reliability reputation help it stand out, but in a segment moving as fast as electric SUVs, standing still for a model year carries real competitive risk.